Yeah, don't stare completely into the camera.
I don't want to freak too many people out.
You already did. And we're like 12 seconds in and you already did. So yeah, please come back. You know, don't click away from this video. It's a good video. We're going to talk about some good things here. Anyway, what's up everybody? 3X back in the building, back on the microphone once again, and I got company over here. This is my brother. You can call him Oz. Say hello, Oz.
Hello, Oz.
Yeah, we've done some dual comms on some videos in the past if you've been following my channel for any significant amount of time. But we want to just get right into this thing that we're going to be talking about right now, which has something to do with PC versus console. As much as I hate talking about this type of stuff, some things that just wind up happening just piss me off to the highest level of pistivity. And the example that I want to point out in this case was yesterday's Inside Gaming episode on Machinima. I'll have it linked in the description. But it's not the video itself that I have a pet peeve about. The video is basically talking about the PlayStation 4 selling a million consoles the first 24 hours. You know, that's all news now. Everybody knows. It's what happened before the video. Basically, that specific episode was sponsored by Alienware. Because obviously Machinima is a business, they have to make money, they have to have sponsors for shows because, you know, they have to make money. Now, the advertisement that Alienware puts up on the video is like blatantly exploiting the whole PC elitist mentality. It says, and I can't actually put the actual advertisement up in this video lest I get in trouble for, you know, copyright infringement or whatever the case may be, and I got freaking crumbs from this damn sandwich on my beard. But yeah, it's basically the new consoles, quote unquote, are behind even before they begun. Experience true next-gen gaming possible only on PC. Hashtag PCFTW, as in for the win. Really?
Really?
Like, seriously? You're going to basically try to market off of this shit? I just don't understand it. Okay. It's been widely known for quite a while that the next-gen consoles, at best, would be like medium-grade gaming PCs in terms of graphics processing power, RAM, sound, etc., etc. The only people who care about that are PC gamers, because they're the ones who keep on pointing it out every single time you see anything come up regarding something on a PlayStation 4 or the Xbox One that just so happens to also be released or being released on PC.
I basically, pardon my French, ladies and gentlemen, I basically consider it, I call it the big penis syndrome. Basically, when a guy is well hung, he'll always go about some way, either directly or nonchalantly, flaunting it. You know, he'll always make jokes about it. He'll always make cracks and comments about the fact that he's got big junk, despite the fact that no one cares.
I've kind of elaborated on that a little bit a couple of times before. I might have even said it in a video before, but it bears to be repeated again. Your average PC elitist, and no, this does not mean every PC gamer. I mean those elitist douchebag types who always go, PC master race, PC's better than this, PC's better than that, blah, 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 blah. that kind of elitist is basically like a guy with a big cock walking into a lesbian bar. You might have a bigger penis than the average dude. You might have a bigger penis than anybody else in that entire building. But nobody in that building cares. They don't give a shit. They're not into it. They don't love it. They want the poontang. That's what it's all about. See, that's what it is with consoles. We don't want the penis. We want the poontang. Console players want the dirty squirrel. Okay? They can go without the salami. They go without the sausage here. We're not about that here. I'm not saying we as in me being a console player, but just in a general term. That's how it's going down. And for Alienware, of all people, which, if I'm not mistaken, is a subsidiary of Dell, which sucks anyway, to try to market off of this type of ignorance is just lowbrow. Like, really, really below the belt, bottom feeder, scavenger type shit. And that's pretty understandable considering the fact that Alienware is bottom feeders amongst the PC gaming, I guess you could call community or whatever the case may be, because most of the time any PC player worth their salt or any PC gamer who wants to get that kind of quality out of their gaming experience is building a PC from scratch, not buying it out of a box from freaking Dell.
Exactly. It's like, as far as PC gaming, me myself, I'm a mild PC gamer. You know, I've played games in the past on PC. There are games that I plan on purchasing in the immediate future that are PC games, unlike my brother who's pretty much strictly console. But as far as Alienware goes, it would cost me less money to build a PC that is either on par or powerfuler than the latest piece of Alienware technology than to just go out and buy an Alienware computer. I mean, it's ridiculous. And the fact that they're blatantly marketing their merchandise on a video of this ilk is it. I really would like to know. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall on that marketing meeting. Seriously. Because it's like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's a Jackie Chan moment, if anything. Jackie Chan, WTF moment. You're just like, what the... What? I basically pointed it out in the comment that I put in that very exact video, the irony of this whole thing with Alienware. I mean, because it's ironic, the fact that they sponsor a video of Machinima talking about how a console in 24 hours sells more units than they've sold in a whole freaking year. How's that for a PC FTW for you? The new consoles are not behind. The consoles are neck and neck from certain standpoints. From a creative standpoint, right there even. But from a monetary standpoint, and this right here is the most important part, ladies and gentlemen, and it's something that I've pointed out in numerous videos before. From a monetary standpoint, PC's right here, console right about here. Because that's where the money is being made. And that's why developers, manufacturers, publishers are always going to favor console over PC. And that's the long and the short of it. I mean, you're just going to have to live with that fact. Hard 8 times said it himself in one of his videos. PC gamers get shitted on. That's just a fact of life. And it's not going to stop anytime soon. Especially now that for however much of a magnitude it is, the bridge or gap, what have you, between console and PC has been shortened. No, consoles are not identical to PC, but they are comparable to PC now. And that is going to make a big difference in this coming generation with new games, new IPs, sequels, and multi-platform games coming out, as well as first-party games.
Especially considering the fact that in the case of those games, a lot of these developers now are going to be developing the games on the consoles first. It's not going to be a matter of a developer building a game for PC specs and then downsizing it to console. They're going to be making these games, these AAA games, these multiplats. They're going to be building them on the PS4 and Xbox One architecture. And then they're going to upscale the games, if you will, to the PC.
I don't even know if they're going to be doing much in terms of upscaling games from the next gen, soon to be current gen of consoles to PC. You might see it happen once or twice, but we've already seen in a couple of cases that the PC version of these games that are being multi-platformed between PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 3 are just being ported over as is. Frame rate, graphics, resolution, all that stuff is just the same across the board. Nobody is getting a one-up or a leg up on anyone else. And Rivals, Need for Speed Rivals, perfect example. Still 30 frames a second, even on PC, when it could easily be upscaled to 60 frames and all the rest of this other technical jargon that only PC gamers pay attention to. EA didn't do that. Why? What reason do they have to?
Another prime example, and I know there's a lot of people on the net who've been pissed off about this, NBA 2K14. What version did you PC players get? The current gen console version. You didn't get the next gen version. Why? Because they're not going to plunk out the money to put out what it is that they developed on the PS4 and on the Xbox One architecture on the PC. It's not happening. It's not monetarily beneficial to developers to put that kind of effort into PC gaming, because as is evident by the fact that the PS4 sold 1 million units in 24 hours, there's more people playing on console than there is on PC. And that right there is the end all of the discussion. Yeah, you guys might have the more superior hardware and so on and so forth like that. We've got the bigger player base. Bigger player base means bigger consumer base. That means more money. Where do you think the developers are going to be going?
Supply and demand. I mean, maybe it's not so big of a gulf between console gamers and PC gamers, because I know there are a whole lot of PC gamers out there. And most console gamers have dabbled into PC gaming as well. Most console gamers probably do play PC games, but they don't label themselves specifically PC gamers. Majority of games being sold and bought are console games. PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Wii, Wii U, Game Boy 3DS or Nintendo 3DS. They don't even call it Game Boy anymore. I haven't played the damn thing in so long, I don't even know what they call it
Whatever
anymore.
the hell the name of the damn thing is nowadays, yeah.
Console, handheld, mobile. PC is a very, very small part of the pie, and it's not the most profitable part of the pie. Yeah, you might get the most maximum output out of a PC version of a game if you mod it, modify it, change up your motherboard, all the rest of this stuff. But the bottom line is, how much money is a developer going to make off of a specific PC only game. There are exceptions, obviously. Warcraft, Starcraft, League of Legends, games of that ilk that have thrived and have made millions upon millions of dollars being PC only. But those games have very, very, very specific fan bases who cover those games with a fine-tooth comb. A casual gamer is not going to gravitate towards that. And sadly, as much as it pains for me to say this, the video game market nowadays, and even more so in the future, is going to cater towards the casual market. Why? Because casual market means casual dollars. And the more dollars they're making, the happier they are. In the end, it comes down to money. And, you know, I can't fault freaking Alienware for trying to cash in on that, but they could have definitely did things a little more tastefully. Because what else is there to say except for that's freaking ignorant for them to do? And for them to think that that's actually going to effectively make people gravitate from console to PC, and even more specifically from console to their brand of PC, is, for lack of a better term, fucking stupid. You're a bunch of idiots, point blank. And I would like to see some sales figures within the next, let's say, 6 months after this, based on this new marketing campaign that Alienware is doing for trying to get people to buy their brand. Let's see how it works. Let's see what kind of success that they get from it. I'm probably going to go as far as to say that they will fail miserably, because that's pretty much what they've been doing anyway. But that's just my opinion. We'll revisit this at a later time and see exactly what the results are for this little stunt that they tried to pull, because that's exactly what it is, a stunt.
It's a marketing ploy, and it's not necessarily a very good one.
Nope, not at all.
No.
They need to hire some professionals to do their marketing and stop getting PC elitist interns to do it for them, because it ain't flowing. It ain't working for me.
I mean, even the way it sounds like something that some PC elitist troll would have said in the comment section somewhere.
It sounds exactly like some shit someone put on a freaking comment on any given video. Same thing. Oh, let's take that exact thing, slap it on some Photoshop, and put it on an advertisement and see what happens. Yeah. Let's see what happens.
Tasteless.
As Bart Scott, formerly of the New York Jets, would have said. Can't wait. Yeah.
Let's not talk about the Jets.
That's a whole other story right there. I ain't even a Jets fan, but damn. But yeah, we're kind of dragging on here. So yeah. What do you guys think? Like I said, I will have a link to that video in the description below. Not just for the video, not necessarily for the video, but for the advertisement. Watch the ad at the beginning and see exactly what it is that I'm talking about. And tell me what it is that you think down in the comment section, of this video right down there. And yeah, where he's pointing. You might want to move that a little bit, because you know, you could be pointing somewhere else. I don't want that. It's a family show. Go in the ear hole. It's like a human Q-tip. Anyway, and also, like this video if it has opened up your eyes or made you think, because Lord knows there's a whole lot of that not happening. But yeah. And subscribe to my channel for more vlogs like this and other gaming goodness, walkthroughs, commentaries, all the rest of that stuff. You know how we do this thing. So yeah, that'll be that. Thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Thr33X and Brother Oz.
Bye.
Saying sayonara. And yes, we are identical twins. No, we're not going to bite off the Hodge twins.
No.
Maybe a little bit.
Got the way.